Jonathan Drouin says that he's been watching video of the Leafs' Mitch Marner as a way to help improve his game. Do you see any similarities between Drouin and Marner?
Well, it would be good if Drouin was able to become a Mitch Marner. He would help the Montreal Canadiens quite a bit. Now, Jonathan Drouin is a player that has a lot of talent, but it's also his work ethic that I think for the most part of his hockey career, things have come easy, and then eventually things got a little bit more difficult when he got to a little bit of a higher level. Now, if he's able to put the effort in there, I think Jonathan Drouin could be offensively talented. Now, I don't necessarily think that he could be on the same level of Mitch Marner, but I think it was really good that he admitted, you know, I'm going through tape, I'm using a guy like Mitch Marner, and I want to try and emulate his style of play. And I think that's the best thing for Jonathan Drouin to be able to do. Now, he also mentioned when we spoke to him on the conference call that this is the longest period of time that he's been off the ice for because of his injury in his entire life, that he's never gone this long without skating. So I think also for him getting back into playing hockey, that might be a hurdle of his as well, not being able to have the kind of ice time. But I think that's a good goal for him to set and want to reach that kind of level of play.
I think there's no doubt about the talent level with Jonathan Drouin. Nobody's ever questioned that. You watch him, you know, we watch him at practice, Jess and Brossard, and he's so skilled. When you watch him make a pass, take a pass, he has speed, he's got the whole package. Mitch Marner, to me, is one of the most exciting players in the NHL to watch. I love watching him. One of the reasons is he never stops moving. You know, you talk to your coaches say, keep your feet moving. His feet never stop moving. The other thing Mitch Marner is able to do is make whoever plays on his line a better player. And I think that's something Jonathan Drouin needs to realize, that he has to be able to do that. I think he was upset when he got taken off the line with Max Domi, and I think maybe he sulked a little bit about not being with maybe the line mates he wanted to be with. But he's such a good player. He's got to realize he can make the guys he plays with better. He's such a talented player. He's much more talented than Brendan Gallagher as far as skill level, and Gallagher has that ability to make the players on his line better just by how hard he works. So it's been a growing process with Jonathan Drouin since he came here. I think he's maturing. I think the time off he had when he was injured maybe made him realize how much he missed hockey when he wasn't playing it. And this is, you know, he started this season playing very well. And then he had the injury, and he was never the same when he came back. But to compare him with Mitch Marner, I think, you know, Mitch Marner is more skilled, but Jonathan Drouin is pretty close. And that's a pretty good guy for him to watch as far as if he wants to improve his game.
And I personally don't see a lot of similarities between the two. I mean, Marner, there's a kind of guy. He's involved. He's very, very creative. He's not afraid to go into some of the dirty areas. Mm-hmm. And you know, we've heard of this term called consistency, and I think Marner has proven that he knows what he needs to do each and every night. And Drouin, I don't know whether he's really, really, you know, motivated to jump in there and get into those areas where they're a little bit more difficult physically. You know, he has to get involved, and until he understands that he has to get involved to create anything. If he's always on the perimeter, he's never going to get the results that a guy like Marner can do.
And the thing with Marner, he's such a small guy. That's what makes it so impressive, as you're saying, Rick, how he's not afraid to go into those dirty areas. And that's something that Jonathan Drouin's got to be better at.
Wow. Well, I think the main difference between them is consistency. It's almost as if Mitch Marner has practiced his whole hockey career at being consistent, whereas Jonathan Drouin is just learning how to become consistent. And I think that's the big difference. I like what I saw at the beginning of his play last year. And, you know, I'm an optimist, and I feel like I was surprised, and I think a lot of people were surprised when he was consistent until he got injured. So I like to think that he can keep that up. And if he does, maybe one day we could talk about Marner and Drouin more in the same breath. That's it. Is that all? I think that's all. Okay. Go to hockeyinsideout.com and check out this week's full episode now.